Chosen ones, what I'm about to reveal may catch you off guard, even astonish you. If you found yourself watching this video, it's no accident. You've been guided here for a reason, because something profound is unfolding in your life. You are transitioning from seeking to receiving. Yes, you heard that correctly. The very things you've been praying for, longing for, and anticipating are no longer distant hopes. They are actively manifesting into your reality. This isn't just a shift in perspective. It's a deep spiritual and energetic transformation. Your evolution from being overlooked to standing in your power has left people speechless. Your newfound energy radiates, sending a clear message. You are no longer available for disrespect, manipulation, or shrinking yourself to make others comfortable. They're taken aback because the person who once sought their validation now stands firm in self-respect, unfazed by their opinions or demands. This unapologetic version of you isn't temporary. It's your permanent transformation into someone who honors their own worth above external expectations. Something within you has shifted. Can you feel it? That electric charge coursing through you, that fire in your spirit that wasn't there before, that cosmic recalibration within your very essence, redefining who you are at the core. And trust me, they feel it too. The moment you enter a room, they notice the way you hold your head higher, the steady confidence in your voice, the unwavering gaze when you speak your truth. It's subtle, yet undeniable. You are no longer the same, and the world can sense it. You're not the same person they used to manipulate, not even close. The old you, the person who would bend and twist into impossible shapes just to make others comfortable, is gone, vanished, evaporated into the cosmos, never to return. As a chosen one, you're going to start seeing things fall into place at a rate that will leave you speechless. But you must understand how this works so you can align with this powerful shift and walk fully into the manifestation of your desires. Before we dive into this life-changing message, take a moment to pause this video and do three things. Hit that like button. Subscribe to help us reach 30,000 subscribers. Leave a comment with the number 77. This number will send a powerful signal to the universe, amplifying the energy of this video. And remember, if you are truly a chosen one, you'll watch this video until the end, because deep down your spirit already knows that this is for you. If you're not ready to receive this truth, you might not make it to the end. But for those who do, your life will never be the same. Now let's get into it. There's a profound moment in every person's life when they realize that the need to please others isn't a trait of kindness, but one of self-sacrifice. It's the moment when you understand that the desire to fit in and make others happy has been eroding your own peace. No longer willing to be a puppet to others' whims, you make the conscious decision to change. You no longer need validation from the world around you. You've found your worth within. This is the point where your metamorphosis begins. Slowly but surely, you begin to reclaim your sense of self. No longer will you put the needs of others above your own. No longer will you twist yourself into knots just to make someone else comfortable. This is not a selfish decision. It's a powerful choice that stems from deep respect for who you are. As you make this shift, a new sense of clarity surrounds you, and for the first time in a long time, you realize how truly freeing it feels to put yourself first. The reactions of others are inevitable, and some may not be pleased with the new version of you. They're used to the old you, the one who bent over backward to make them happy. They'll resist, push back, and try to remind you of who you once were. But you stand strong in your transformation, no longer fearful of their judgment. Your newfound strength is unshakable, and the path ahead is yours to create. This change, this unapologetic shift, is not something that happens overnight. It's the result of countless days of introspection, learning to let go of old patterns, and breaking free from toxic mindsets. You've stepped into your power, and now there's no going back. The energy around you has shifted, and people notice. The quiet confidence you carry with you is magnetic, and it leaves a lasting impression on everyone you meet. There's an undeniable shift that happens when you fully step into your power. It's as if you've just awakened from a long slumber, and the world around you starts to glow differently. Your presence is no longer just physical. It's a vibrational energy that people can feel. They don't know what's changed, but they sense something is different about you. Your energy is now magnetic, captivating, and filled with a confidence that cannot be ignored. With this transformation, your aura begins to radiate a sense of inner peace and self-assuredness. It's the kind of energy that attracts only what aligns with your values, people, opportunities, and experiences that uplift and empower you. No longer do you feel drained by others or their expectations. Instead, you find yourself thriving in spaces that were once hostile or uncertain. Your energy is a reflection of your journey. It speaks volumes even when you're silent. It's not just the people around you who notice the change. Your environment starts to respond to your elevated energy as well. Opportunities seem to appear effortlessly, and situations that once felt overwhelming now feel manageable, even easy. The universe is aligning with your newfound power, and it's as if the universe is cheering you on. This is the magic of self-transformation. When you change your energy, everything around you shifts to match it. But with this shift in energy comes a responsibility. You must learn how to protect your newfound power from those who might seek to drain it. Not everyone will appreciate the changes you've made, and some might even try to pull you back into old habits. It's essential to stay grounded in your truth, because the energy you radiate will attract both the positive and the negative. But now you're equipped with the strength to stand firm, knowing that you are the architect of your own destiny. Your journey towards self-empowerment is more than just a change in mindset. It's a profound rewiring of your very being. Imagine your sense of self-worth as DNA, something so fundamental, so intrinsic to your existence. Over the years, the weight of others' opinions, toxic relationships, and past experiences may have caused that DNA to unravel, leaving you feeling less than whole. But now you're in the process of rewriting it. Every step you take toward reclaiming your worth is like a stitch in the fabric of your new identity. You begin to recognize your inherent value, independent of others' validation. This is not about arrogance or ego. It's about recognizing the brilliance within you and refusing to allow anyone to dim your light. As you align with this newfound sense of self-worth, your life begins to reflect this elevated perception. Doors begin to open, and opportunities that once felt out of reach now seem within your grasp. The cosmic change you're undergoing is not only a personal shift but a spiritual one. It's as if the universe itself is in sync with your transformation. Your thoughts, actions, and energy all harmonize with the highest version of yourself. You start to realize that everything you need is already within you, and the outside world is simply a mirror of how you perceive yourself. The more you honor your worth, the more the world around you starts to honor you. This rewiring is not without its challenges. Old patterns and limiting beliefs may try to creep back in, and there will be moments of doubt. But now you recognize these as mere remnants of the old you, distractions that no longer serve you. Your new sense of self-worth is unshakable, and each time you affirm it, you become stronger, more resilient, and more attuned to the power that lies within you. There's always that one pivotal moment, the moment when everyone else realizes that you've evolved into someone unrecognizable to them. It's as if a veil has been lifted, and they see you not as the person they once controlled, but as the independent force you've become. For some, this realization will come as a shock, while for others, it might feel like a betrayal. But no matter how they perceive it, the fact remains. You've changed, and there's no going back. This moment is powerful because it forces others to confront their own discomfort. They can no longer use their old tactics to manipulate or control you. Their words no longer have the same impact, and their expectations no longer weigh you down. You stand firm, unapologetic, and fully aware of the power you hold. For the first time, you realize that you've reclaimed your personal freedom, and it feels like the world has opened up to you. The discomfort others feel is not a reflection of your actions, but of their inability to hold on to the version of you they once knew. They may attempt to reassert control, make passive-aggressive remarks, or subtly try to undermine your progress. But your response is unwavering. You no longer need to prove yourself to anyone. You've reached a place where your validation comes from within, and that's all that matters. This moment is a testament to the hard work you've put in to break free from the shackles of your past. It's the culmination of all the sacrifices, the tough decisions, and the emotional work you've done. For years, you may have felt like you had to shrink yourself to fit into the spaces others had carved out for you. You dimmed your light out of fear that it would intimidate or upset those around you. But now you've reached a point where playing small no longer serves you. You refuse to let anyone define you or limit your potential. It's time to step into the fullness of who you are. Unapologetically standing in self-respect means knowing your worth and demanding that others recognize it too. You no longer settle for relationships, jobs, or experiences that don't align with your values. You refuse to be invisible or go unnoticed. You deserve to take up space in the world. This newfound confidence doesn't just come from external success. It's rooted in the deep respect you have for yourself. Others may try to downplay your achievements or undermine your growth, but you no longer allow their opinions to affect you. Your self-respect acts as an invisible shield, protecting you from negativity and criticism. When you stand in your truth, you invite others to either respect you or move out of your way. You're no longer concerned with fitting into someone else's narrative. This is not just a shift in behavior, but a fundamental shift in how you view yourself. You now hold yourself in the highest regard, and that self-respect radiates outward, influencing every aspect of your life. No longer will you apologize for being yourself. You're a force to be reckoned with, and you stand tall in the fullness of your self-worth. The moment you start to prioritize your own well-being and honor your self-worth, the toxic relationships around you begin to crumble. People who once took advantage of your kindness and generosity now find themselves exposed. They no longer have access to the version of you they once manipulated or controlled. And with this sudden shift, they're left stunned, unable to comprehend how you've changed so drastically. The transformation is not just visible in your actions, it's felt in your energy. You've stopped allowing people to disrespect your boundaries. No more will you stay in relationships that drain you emotionally or physically. This leaves the toxic people in your life grappling with the reality that their influence over you is gone. They might try to pull you back, but the power you now hold over your own life makes it impossible for them to regain control. The exposure of these relationships doesn't happen with confrontation or drama. Instead, it happens silently, through the act of withdrawing your energy. You stop giving them the attention and care they used to demand from you. This subtle shift makes them realize that the power dynamic has shifted, and suddenly they are faced with the uncomfortable truth. They are no longer in control. And as you leave behind these toxic connections, you make room for the relationships that truly serve your growth. You start attracting people who honor and respect your boundaries, people who elevate you rather than drag you down. This is the power of evolution. When you rise, those who truly support you will rise with you, and the ones who don't will fade away. The moment you stepped into your full power, something remarkable happened. Your energy became unstoppable. Like a tidal wave, it swept away all doubts and fears that once held you back. Those around you, who once felt entitled to your time, your energy, and your focus, now find themselves powerless in the face of your transformation. They can't comprehend how you've gone from a shadow of your true self to an overwhelming force that demands respect. It's not just your actions that are changing, it's the way you carry yourself. You stand taller, speak louder, and move with purpose. Your presence alone commands attention, and with it comes an energy that leaves people speechless. You're no longer the person who fades into the background, waiting for others to acknowledge you. You've become the force in the room, and others can feel it in every moment you walk through. But this newfound energy isn't something that happens by accident. It's a product of everything you've gone through. Every heartbreak, every struggle, every lesson learned has infused you with this incredible force. It's the energy of someone who has truly learned to trust in their own strength and resilience. And now as you move forward, your energy continues to expand, leaving everyone around you stunned by your growth. It's an energy that's impossible to ignore. People notice it the moment they meet you. Something about you has changed. You radiate confidence, courage, and a deep inner knowing. And while some may be intimidated by this, others will be inspired. Your energy becomes a beacon, drawing those who align with your vision and repelling those who seek to manipulate or control. The end of people-pleasing is the moment you decide that your peace, your happiness, and your needs are just as important as everyone else's. For so long, You've spent your energy trying to make others happy, sacrificing your own desires for the sake of their approval. But no more. You've come to the realization that you can't pour from an empty cup. Your own well-being must be prioritized, and choosing yourself isn't selfish. It's an act of self-respect. People-pleasing often comes from a place of insecurity and fear. Fear of rejection, fear of conflict, fear of being alone. But as you evolve, you recognize that these fears are baseless. The relationships that truly matter are built on mutual respect and understanding, not on one-sided sacrifices. You begin to set clear boundaries, learn to say no, and stop apologizing for putting yourself first. This shift is liberating, and you feel more aligned with your true self than ever before. Choosing yourself doesn't mean abandoning others, but it does mean being intentional about where you direct your time and energy. You stop saying yes to every request and start saying no to what doesn't serve you. As you honor yourself in this way, you'll notice that the relationships around you shift as well. Those who genuinely care for you will respect your boundaries, and those who don't will begin to fade into the background. This newfound ability to choose yourself is empowering. You realize that by putting your needs first, you not only improve your own life, but also model healthy behavior for others. You show them what it means to love yourself fully and without apology. And in doing so, you attract more of the right people into your life. People who understand the importance of mutual respect and self-care. Sometimes the most powerful transformations happen in silence. While the world may not see the behind-the-scenes work, you know the incredible journey. You've been on the quiet moments of self-reflection, the days spent alone healing, the late nights spent studying your own emotions. They're all part of the silent glow-up. This evolution is happening in the shadows, where no one can see the tears or struggles, but where the real change is taking place. The beauty of this quiet transformation is that it doesn't need to be announced. You don't need anyone's approval or recognition. The glow-up is internal, and as you continue to evolve, the results begin to manifest in subtle ways. Your confidence grows, your boundaries become firmer, and your sense of self-worth becomes unwavering. You don't need to prove anything to anyone because you've already proven it to yourself. And when the world finally notices the changes, it's not in the grand gestures or flashy displays. It's in the way you carry yourself, the way you respond to challenges, and the way you navigate relationships. Your evolution is reflected in the calm confidence you now exude. It's a quiet power that can't be ignored, and though it started in the shadows, it now shines brighter than ever. This silent glow-up is a reminder that transformation doesn't always need to be loud or dramatic. Sometimes the most profound changes happen when no one is looking. And in the end, it's this subtle, steady growth that leads to the most lasting and impactful transformation. There was a time when you were drained, both emotionally and physically, by the people and circumstances around you. You were an energy vampire, constantly seeking validation, approval, and love from others in a way that left you feeling empty. It was a cycle that never ended, always giving but never receiving. You were constantly at the mercy of others' moods and expectations, and it felt like you were living in survival mode. But something shifted. Slowly but surely, you started to take back your power. You recognized that the energy you were giving away wasn't being reciprocated, and it was time to stop feeding the cycle. The moment you stopped seeking validation from external sources, you began to fill your own cup. You became an empowered survivor, learning how to nourish yourself and protect your energy. This shift was not easy. It required you to face the painful truth that many of the relationships you once cherished were draining you. It meant letting go of toxic people and situations that had kept you in a constant state of emotional depletion. But in doing so, you found strength. You realized that survival isn't about constantly pleasing others or seeking external validation. It's about standing in your own power and learning to thrive from within. Now you stand as an empowered survivor, someone who no longer seeks approval from others, but instead seeks growth, peace, and fulfillment. Your energy is no longer a commodity to be taken. You protect it fiercely, and in doing so, you become stronger, more resilient, and more connected to your true self than ever before. Growth isn't always comfortable. In fact, it can be downright painful. To break free from the pattern of self-sacrifice means confronting years of conditioning, habits, and beliefs that have kept you in a state of giving without receiving. For so long, you've put others' needs before your own, sacrificing your own happiness, peace, and desires in an effort to please others. But deep down, you know it's time to break free. The pain of this growth is not the kind that wounds your body. It's the kind that cuts deep into your soul. It's the pain of letting go of the old version of yourself, the one that found worth in serving others at the expense of your own needs. It's a deep emotional wound, but it's necessary. Without this painful growth, you would never experience the freedom and power that comes with choosing yourself. As you break free from self-sacrifice, you begin to see the toll it's taken on your life. You realize that you've been living for everyone else, but not for yourself. This realization is jarring, and it forces you to confront the truth. You can't continue to pour from an empty cup. You must honor your needs, your desires, and your happiness in the same way you once honored others. But with this painful growth comes incredible liberation. Once you break free from the chains of self-sacrifice, you discover a sense of freedom and empowerment that you never thought possible. No longer are you bound by the expectations of others. You're free to live on your own terms. And that freedom is worth every bit of pain it took to get there. When you finally break free from the old patterns, you realize just how powerful you've become. Confidence becomes a natural extension of your new reality, and those who once tried to control or manipulate you are left scrambling. They no longer have the ability to shake your confidence or dictate your choices. You've become a force to be reckoned with, and they're left trying to figure out where the person they once controlled has gone. This newfound confidence isn't just a surface-level change. It's an internal transformation. You know who you are, and you stand in that truth with unwavering belief. Your confidence isn't based on validation from others. It's rooted in your own sense of worth. You trust yourself, your decisions, and your abilities, and nothing anyone says or does can take that from you. The people who once tried to manipulate you may not be happy with this change, but their discomfort is not your problem. You no longer feel the need to explain yourself or justify your actions. You stand firm in your decisions, knowing that you are the one in control of your life. This confidence radiates from you, and it's something they simply cannot control. Breaking free from their control is a declaration of your own independence and strength. You are no longer bound by their expectations or influenced by their opinions. Your confidence is yours alone, and it empowers you to live authentically and unapologetically. You've taken back your life, and nothing can hold you back. Once you step into your power, something amazing happens. You begin to see through the illusions that others have created. The lies, the manipulations, the games. They no longer have any hold over you. You start to recognize when people are trying to manipulate you, and you no longer fall for their tricks. The world begins to look different because you no longer see things through the lens of fear or doubt. This clarity is empowering. You can now identify toxic patterns and behaviors in others, and you don't hesitate to distance yourself from them. Where once you might have felt unsure or questioned your own judgment, you now trust your intuition. You see through the facades people put up and recognize when they are attempting to control or deceive you. The ability to see through illusions also means recognizing when you've been complicit in your own manipulation. You start to see the ways in which you've allowed others to dictate your actions, thoughts, and feelings. This realization is uncomfortable, but it's essential. Once you see the patterns, you can break free from them and reclaim your power. Recognizing manipulation allows you to step into a new kind of wisdom. You no longer fall prey to toxic dynamics, and you approach relationships from a place of authenticity and strength. The illusions no longer work on you, and you can live with the clarity and freedom that comes with seeing the truth. As you continue to grow, you realize that you no longer owe anyone an explanation for the choices you make. Cutting out toxic people and situations doesn't require lengthy discussions or justifications. You simply decide that their presence in your life is no longer serving you, and you walk away. This is one of the most liberating aspects of your transformation, the freedom to say no without feeling guilty or needing to explain yourself. For so long, you may have felt that you had to justify your actions, especially when it came to distancing yourself from toxic people. You worried about how they would react or what they might think. But now you realize that their opinions no longer have any power over you. You owe no one an explanation for protecting your peace. Cutting out the toxic may leave some people angry or upset, but it's not your problem. You're no longer responsible for their feelings. You have a responsibility to yourself, to your well-being and happiness. The relationships that are meant for you will understand and respect your boundaries, and those that don't will simply fade away. This is the essence of your power, the ability to choose who you allow into your life without the need to justify it. You've learned that not everyone deserves access to your energy, and you're no longer afraid to let go of the relationships that drain you. You protect your peace fiercely, and in doing so, you create space for the people who truly deserve to be part of your journey. As you continue to evolve and rise, you begin to realize that the connections you make are not just based on convenience or circumstance, they're intentional. You've learned that not everyone deserves your energy, and you've become choosier about the people you allow into your life. You don't just want anyone around, you want people who align with your values, your growth, and your vision for the future. The power of true connection comes from shared values, mutual respect, and authentic energy. You've stopped settling for shallow relationships that drain you. Instead, you surround yourself with those who lift you up, challenge you, and help you become the best version of yourself. These are the connections that nourish your soul and help you thrive. It's not about quantity anymore, it's about quality. The number of people in your life doesn't matter as much as the depth of the relationships you cultivate. You recognize that real connection takes time, effort, and vulnerability. You no longer rush to fit in with people who don't align with your energy. You wait for the right people, the chosen ones who resonate with your true self. And as you embrace the power of these deep, genuine connections, you realize that this is the magic of life. True connections bring love, joy, and growth. They empower you to continue on your journey, knowing that you are surrounded by people who see you for who you truly are and love you in your entirety. There is a moment in everyone's journey when the comfort of familiarity becomes more of a cage than a sanctuary. It's the realization that staying in your comfort zone is actually holding you back from the life you are meant to live. Embracing the unknown is one of the most powerful steps you can take. It's when you let go of fear and allow yourself to leap into the vast expanse of possibilities that awaiting the unknown can be terrifying, but it's also where true growth occurs. Every time you step into unfamiliar territory, you discover new strengths, new passions, and new aspects of yourself you never knew existed. As you venture into the unknown, you learn to trust in your ability to navigate uncertainty and embrace the beauty of unpredictability. This journey into the unknown will challenge you. It will test your resolve and push you to grow in ways you never thought possible. But each challenge you face will build resilience, and soon what once felt like uncertainty becomes your playground. You no longer fear the unknown, you crave the opportunities it holds. And as you stand at the edge of something new, you realize that it's not just about where you are going. It's about who you are becoming. The courage to embrace the unknown transforms you into a version of yourself you could have never envisioned from the safety of your comfort zone. It is in this space that your true power unfolds. The boundaries we set for ourselves are often shaped by external influences, society, past experiences, and other people's perceptions. We start believing that these boundaries define us, that they are immutable. But in truth, these limits are just stories we've accepted as reality. Breaking through these boundaries isn't just about pushing past them. It's about questioning their very existence and rewriting the narrative of what's possible. Every time you challenge a limit, you break free from the chains that once confined you. The power to rewrite your limits is the power to take control of your destiny. Whether it's achieving a career milestone, overcoming a personal fear, or defying the expectations placed on you, breaking through boundaries is an act of reclaiming your agency. It's not easy to confront the limitations you've internalized for years, but with every step you take towards breaking free, you come to understand that you are not bound by the past or by the opinions of others. Your potential is limitless, and as you rewrite the narrative, you create a life that reflects your true capabilities. The more you break through your boundaries, the more you realize that the only limits that exist are the ones you place on yourself. Each time you surpass an old boundary, you open up new possibilities and empower yourself to take on challenges you once thought impossible. With each breakthrough, your sense of self becomes clearer, stronger, and more unstoppable. In a world where we are constantly bombarded by noise and distractions, there is immense strength in solitude. Learning to enjoy your own company is not about being alone out of necessity. It's about choosing solitude to reconnect with yourself, to recharge, and to reflect. Solitude offers you the space to hear your own thoughts, to feel your own emotions, and to rediscover what truly matters. At first, solitude can feel uncomfortable. You may be confronted by thoughts and emotions you've been avoiding. But as you settle into the quiet, you begin to realize how liberating it is to be alone without feeling lonely. Solitude is not about isolation. It's about embracing the richness of your own presence and recognizing that you are enough just as you are. This alone time allows you to cultivate a deeper relationship with yourself. You begin to understand your own desires, dreams, and fears without the influence of others. It's in these quiet moments that your intuition becomes clearer and you can hear the voice within guiding you to your next steps. As you nurture this relationship with yourself, you begin to trust your decisions and your inner wisdom more fully. Solitude also gives you the opportunity to recharge your energy. When you spend time alone, you're not expending emotional or mental energy on external demands. This rejuvenation is vital for personal growth. It allows you to come back to the world around you with a fresh perspective and a sense of inner peace, knowing that you don't need anyone else's approval to feel complete. There is a power in authenticity that is often underestimated. In a world where we are constantly influenced by trends, expectations, and the opinions of others, choosing to live authentically can be an act of radical rebellion. Unleashing your authenticity is about shedding the layers of societal conditioning and embracing the person you truly are, without apology or compromise. The journey to authenticity is not always easy. It requires you to confront the fears of judgment and rejection that have kept you from expressing your true self. But as you begin to live in alignment with your core values, something extraordinary happens. You feel a deep sense of freedom and empowerment. No longer are you living to meet others' expectations, you are living to meet your own. When you allow yourself to be fully authentic, you attract people and opportunities that resonate with the real you. The connections you form are deeper, more meaningful, and based on mutual respect. Living authentically doesn't just enhance your relationships, it enhances your entire life because you are no longer hiding behind a mask. In embracing your authenticity, you step into your power. You realize that there is no one else like you, and that uniqueness is something to be celebrated, not hidden. When you live life on your own terms, the world responds in kind, opening doors that were previously closed and aligning you with the opportunities that are meant for you. Letting go is not about giving up. It's about making room for what's next. For far too long, we hold on to things, whether they are people, habits, or situations, that no longer serve our growth. Letting go requires you to trust in the process of life, to acknowledge that in order to move forward, you must release what is weighing you down. The act of letting go is often difficult because we attach ourselves to the comfort of familiarity, even when we know something isn't serving us. The fear of the unknown can keep us stuck. But once you decide to release what no longer serves you, you create space for new experiences, new opportunities, and new relationships that align with your higher self. Letting go is a form of self-care. It's an act of choosing yourself over the things that drain you, whether that's toxic relationships, negative thought patterns, or unfulfilling routines. When you release what no longer aligns with your values, you create an energetic shift that allows new, more aligned things to flow into your life. The magic of letting go is that it frees you. It's not about losing anything valuable. It's about making room for something better. And as you let go of the past, you open yourself to the abundance of what's possible in the future. Life has a way of surprising you with what it brings when you release the old and make space for the new. The way you think shapes the way you live. Your mindset is the lens through which you view the world, and it plays a crucial role in determining the outcomes you experience. Mastering your mindset is about cultivating the mental habits that empower you to overcome obstacles, embrace challenges, and tap into your limitless potential. Your mindset is not fixed. It can be changed. By shifting from a scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset, you begin to see opportunities instead of limitations. When you focus on growth rather than failure, you develop resilience and perseverance, even in the face of adversity. This shift allows you to unlock doors that once seemed out of reach. Mastering your mindset also means learning to silence the inner critic that tells you you're not enough. You recognize that the thoughts that limit you are not your truth. Instead, you consciously choose thoughts that empower and uplift you. With every positive affirmation, every empowered thought, you reshape the narrative of your life. As you continue to master your mindset, you begin to notice how much more control you have over your life. You realize that you are not a passive participant in your journey. You are the architect of your reality. By choosing thoughts of abundance, confidence, and strength, you create a future that is aligned with your highest potential. For too long, many of us have lived with a constant need for validation. We shape our words and actions to gain approval from others, fearing judgment or rejection. But living without apology is the ultimate act of self-expression. It's about showing up in the world exactly as you are, without fearing that your truth will make others uncomfortable. Living authentically means expressing yourself freely, whether that's through your words, your creativity, or your actions. It's about choosing to be unapologetically you, even if that means challenging the status quo or defying social norms. You no longer need to apologize for your opinions, your beliefs, or your unique way of being. When you stop apologizing for who you are, you create space for true connection. People are drawn to your authenticity, and the relationships you cultivate are built on mutual respect and understanding. You no longer seek approval because you've learned that your worth is inherent, not something that can be given or taken by others. Living without apology gives you a sense of liberation. You no longer carry the burden of guilt or self-doubt because you've chosen to honor your true self. And in doing so, you inspire others to do the same, creating a ripple effect of authenticity and empowerment that spreads far and wide. Life isn't about avoiding setbacks, it's about how you rise after them. Resilience is the ability to bounce back after facing challenges, adversity, and failure. It's the unwavering belief that no matter how hard life gets, you have the strength to overcome. The power of resilience lies not in avoiding hardship, but in your ability to face it with courage and determination. Every challenge you encounter is an opportunity to grow stronger. Resilience isn't about never feeling pain, it's about learning how to move through it. When you develop resilience, you understand that setbacks are temporary, and you become more capable of handling whatever life throws your way. You bounce back, not just to where you were, but to a place where you are even stronger than before. Through resilience, you begin to see failure as a lesson, not a reflection of your worth. Each time you fall, you rise with a new perspective and renewed strength. Resilience gives you the power to see obstacles as opportunities to build endurance and fortitude. The more resilient you become, the more unshakable your confidence and sense of self-worth grow. The power of resilience is transformative. It allows you to handle the challenges of life with grace and strength, knowing that every setback is just a stepping stone towards your ultimate success. As you embrace resilience, you unlock the potential within you to achieve things you never thought possible. Manifestation is the art of bringing your desires into reality through focused intention, belief, and action. It's not just about wishing for something to happen. It's about aligning your thoughts, energy, and actions with your deepest desires. Creating your dream reality starts with recognizing that everything you need to succeed is already within you. The first step in manifestation is clarity. You must know what you truly want and visualize it in detail. When you set clear intentions, you send a powerful message to the universe about what you are ready to receive. Manifestation is a co-creative process where your thoughts and actions align to bring your dreams into existence. Reclaiming your peace is about learning to create stillness within yourself, regardless of what's happening around you. It's about finding the balance and harmony that allows you to stay centered, no matter the external noise. Inner peace is not something that can be found outside of you. It's a practice, an intentional choice to let go of stress, anxiety, and negative thought patterns. Reclaiming your peace begins with letting go of the things that no longer serve your well-being, toxic relationships, limiting beliefs, and habits that keep you in a state of tension. When you cultivate inner peace, you become less reactive to the chaos around you. You learn to observe rather than absorb, allowing you to maintain a sense of calm even in the midst of a storm. This peace is a source of strength, allowing you to make decisions from a place of clarity and wisdom instead of fear or stress. Reclaiming your peace brings freedom. You no longer feel at the mercy of life's ups and downs. Instead, you stand firm in your sense of inner calm, knowing that no external circumstance can shake your peace when it comes from within. This peace is your foundation, and from it, you can build a life of stability, joy, and contentment. Self-belief is the foundation of every great achievement. When you truly believe in yourself, you unlock the power to pursue your dreams, overcome obstacles, and achieve the impossible. It's not about having everything figured out. It's about trusting that you have the strength to figure it out as you go. This unwavering belief in your own potential becomes your most powerful asset, guiding you through challenges and paving the way for success. Believing in yourself doesn't mean being free from doubts or fears. In fact, it's the ability to keep moving forward even when those doubts arise. It's the realization that you have the resilience to face whatever comes your way, and that failure is just a stepping stone to greater growth. With self-belief, you embrace both the successes and the setbacks, knowing that each experience is an opportunity for growth. When you cultivate self-belief, the world around you starts to shift. People begin to notice your confidence and determination, and opportunities seem to present themselves more readily. This energy you put out into the world is magnetic. It attracts the right circumstances, the right people, and the right moments that align with your vision. The power of self-belief isn't just a mental shift, it's a transformative force that changes how you see yourself and the world around you. It's a mindset that helps you embrace your capabilities, take bold action, and turn your dreams into tangible reality. With self-belief, there are no limits to what you can achieve. Fear is one of the most powerful emotions that can hold us back from living our fullest lives. It whispers doubts, creates obstacles in our minds, and keeps us trapped in comfort zones. But what if you could harness the power of fear and use it as a catalyst for growth? Breaking through fear isn't about eradicating it. It's about recognizing it for what it is, an opportunity for transformation and expansion. Fear often arises when you're about to do something outside of your normal routine or push past your current boundaries. It's the mind's way of protecting you from the unknown. However, growth only happens when we venture into the unknown. Every time you choose to face your fear, you build resilience and confidence. You begin to realize that fear is not a wall, but a doorway to new experiences and possibilities. The process of breaking through fear takes practice. Each time you step into a fear-based situation with courage, you are training your mind to accept discomfort as a natural part of growth. Over time, this willingness to face your fears strengthens your mental fortitude and increases your tolerance for uncertainty, enabling you to move forward with confidence in any circumstance. Once you break through the fear, you begin to see the world differently. You realize that your fears were just illusions designed to keep you small. On the other side of fear lies a world full of opportunities, and the only thing holding you back was the belief that fear had power over you. When you break free, you find that your true power was always within you, waiting to be unleashed. Setting boundaries is an essential practice for maintaining your emotional, mental, and physical well-being. It's about recognizing your worth and drawing lines that protect your peace, energy, and sense of self. Boundaries are not walls that keep others out. They are agreements you make with yourself about how you will be treated and what you will accept from others. By setting clear boundaries, you teach others how to treat you and show yourself the respect you deserve. For many, setting boundaries can feel uncomfortable at first. We often fear that setting limits will lead to rejection or conflict. Boundaries protect your energy so you can show up as your best, most authentic self. Forgiveness is one of the most powerful tools you can use to free yourself from the burdens of the past. Holding on to anger, resentment, or hurt only keeps you tethered to experiences and people that no longer serve you. Forgiveness is not about excusing the actions of others. It's about releasing the hold that those actions have on you. It's about giving yourself the freedom to move forward and reclaim your peace. Forgiving others doesn't mean forgetting what happened. It means choosing to let go of the emotional weight that keeps you stuck. When you forgive, You are no longer allowing past wrongs to control your present. You take back your power and refuse to let bitterness or resentment dictate your life. This emotional release creates space for healing, growth, and transformation. Forgiveness is a gift you give yourself. It doesn't mean that what happened was okay. It means you are no longer willing to let that pain hold you back. When you forgive, you let go of the negative energy that drags you down and make room for more positive, uplifting experiences to enter your life. You free yourself from the emotional prison of the past. By embracing forgiveness, you empower yourself to move on, grow, and build healthier, more fulfilling relationships. You create peace within yourself and release the power that past hurts have over your future. The act of forgiving transforms your life, allowing you to experience true freedom and emotional liberation. In a fast-paced, chaotic world, inner peace can often feel elusive. But cultivating a sense of calm is not just about creating external circumstances that are quiet and still. It's about finding peace within yourself, no matter what is happening around you. Inner peace is an ongoing practice that requires you to cultivate mindfulness, presence, and acceptance of life as it comes. The key to inner peace is learning to stay grounded in the present moment. When you focus on the present, you let go of worries about the future and the regrets of the past. Mindfulness techniques like meditation, deep breathing, or simply pausing to take a moment of quiet can help you find inner stillness amidst the noise. The more you practice these techniques, the more naturally you will be able to maintain a sense of calm. Finding inner peace also means letting go of the need to control everything. Life will always present challenges, but your ability to handle them with grace and patience will determine your peace of mind. By accepting that you can't control everything, you release unnecessary stress and open yourself up to a deeper sense of tranquility and acceptance. When you cultivate inner peace, you become less reactive to external circumstances. You learn to respond rather than react, and in doing so, you maintain your sense of equilibrium no matter what life throws at you. Inner peace is a powerful force that allows you to navigate the ups and downs of life with ease and resilience. Self-love is the foundation of a joyful, successful, and fulfilling life. It's not about arrogance or vanity. It's about extending to yourself the same kindness, compassion, and respect that you so willingly give to others. By practicing self-love, you begin to recognize your worth and understand that you are fully deserving of love, happiness, and success. True self-love means caring for your physical, emotional, and mental well-being. It involves nourishing your body, nurturing your mind, and honoring your heart. This requires setting healthy boundaries, saying no when needed, and making choices that support your well-being. When you truly love yourself, you become your own greatest advocate, always working to create a life that aligns with your deepest desires. At the heart of self-love is acceptance. It's about embracing yourself completely, imperfections and all. When you acknowledge that your flaws are part of what makes you uniquely beautiful, you cultivate a deep sense of inner peace. Self-love allows you to grow without self-judgment and to celebrate your progress without comparing yourself to others. By practicing self-love, you build a strong foundation of confidence and resilience. You start radiating a powerful energy that attracts positivity, meaningful connections, and new opportunities into your life. The more you love yourself, the more you realize your inherent worth and begin living in alignment with your values and aspirations. Owning your story means embracing every part of your journey, the victories, the struggles, the lessons, and the setbacks. Many people remain trapped in the past due to guilt or shame, preventing them from moving forward. But when you take ownership of your story, you stop hiding from it and instead transform it into a source of strength and empowerment.